So on today's tutorial, you'll need a tape measure, a 3.5 millimeter hook, and a pair of scissors. And the yarn we are using is called Ivories. They are to create Super Saver. It's 200 grams and it's made from composition milk fiber and acrylic. You'll need about 5 of these. You're going to start by making a chain. Make a slip stitch and then chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make a chain of 80. I'll meet you guys after that. So I'm done with my chain. You're going to measure your chain and your chain should measure up to 18 inches. You're going to skip the first stitch and in the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. In the next stitch, make a single crochet. In the next stitch, make a single crochet. So keep making single crochets until you get to the end of your row. I'll meet you guys after that. We are done with our first row of single crochet. We are going to move on to our second row. We're going to chain 1. After you chain work, you're going to turn your work and on the first stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. After you've made your single crochet, you're going to insert your hook in the next stitch. Pull through your yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull through your yarn. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull through your yarn, and we have 6 loops on our hook, and yarn over, we are going to pull through all of them, okay? Then you're going to chain 1. Skip 1 stitch. In the next stitch, you're going to insert your hook, just like that. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through. Don't finish off your work, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull through, and don't finish off. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, chain 1, skip 1 stitch. In the next stitch, insert your hook, just like that, yarn over, insert your hook in the same loop, yarn over, insert your hook again. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, chain 1. So you're going to repeat this until you have 2 stitches left. At the end of your row, I'm going to meet you guys there. We are at the end of our row. We've already chained 1, so we're going to skip 1 and insert our hook on this, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch and pull through. And then after this, we are going to make our single crochet in the last stitch, just like that. And that's how you finish off your row, okay? So we are going to move on to our second row. We're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And on this very first stitch, this very first single crochet, you're going to make a single crochet. And then on these spaces, after you've made these clusters on these spaces right here, you're going to insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space, pull through. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, chain 1, and then you're going to skip over this, and on this space right here, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, and then yarn over, pull through, chain 1, skip all of this, just like that, chain 1, skip over. We are working in these spaces, so repeat this I'll meet you guys when you get to this point right here. We are at the end of our second row. So you're going to chain 1, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook again. You're going to have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through. After you make these clusters, always ensure you're chaining 1. Yeah, just keep that in mind. After you do that, in this last stitch, this last single crochet, you're going to make your single crochet. For our third row, you're going to chain 1, and then on this single crochet, you're going to make a single crochet, and then you're going to skip over all of this, and on these spaces again, you're going to repeat the same thing. Insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through. Then you're going to chain 1 in the same space again. Chain 1, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook. You have 6 loops, chain 1. Our work is just going to be a repeat of row 2 until you have a total number of 41 rows, and I'm going to meet you guys after that. We are done with our 41 rows. This is what you should have. I'm making the sweater for a size medium. To measure your panel, you're going to start measuring from the top here to the bottom. And your panel should measure up to 14 inches. I want it to be like super cropped. Anyway, I'm going to make a similar panel to this for my front panel, and then I'll meet you guys after I'm done with both of my panels. We're going to join our panels together. So first things first, you're going to count from 1 up to 23 stitches, put a stitch marker. 1 up to 23 stitches, put a stitch marker. Once you do that, you're going to do the same on your matching panel, and then we are going to join these panels together. We are going to join them together using single crochet, and ensure on one side you leave a very long tail of yarn so that you can use that to join your work together. So make a slip stitch. Once you make a slip stitch, in the same stitch, insert your hook and make a single crochet. In the next stitch, 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 make a single crochet. So keep making single crochets until you get to this point where you placed your stitch markers. I'll meet you guys after that. So we are going to make our very last single crochet. Make a chain of 2 and cut off your yarn and pull through. And this is what you should have. I'm going to repeat this on my other side, and then I'll meet you guys after that. We are done with both of our sides, and this is what you should have. So we are going to join this space so that we can create space for our armhole. So you're going to count from 1 up to 14. When you get to your 14th row, put a stitch marker, count 1 up to 14 on the other side as well, and put a stitch marker. And we are going to start joining these sides together. Start by making a slip stitch. Once you make a slip stitch, you're going to insert your hook on the very first stitch, just like that, and pull through your yarn. Once you do that, insert your hook in the next stitch, and pull through your yarn. And then we are just going to be joining our work using single crochet like you did on the shoulders. Ensure that you're not missing any row when you're joining your work. Doing this until you get to this point where you placed your stitch markers. We are on our last stitch. We are going to place 2 single crochet in the same stitch just to be sure. And then cut off your yarn. Once you're done with this, you are going to repeat this on the other side, and I'm going to meet you guys after you've joined both sides. We have joined both sides together, and so we are going to start making our sleeve. And to make our sleeves, we are going to count the amount of stitches around our armhole. So at the bottom here, we've joined 14. We made a total number of 41 rows for each panel. So once you have that in mind, so you're going to take 41, you minus 14, you're going to get 27 rows. So this side we have 27 rows, and this side we have 27 rows as well. So you're going to add that number together. That's going to give us 54 rows. You're going to add 4 more rows just for some wiggle room. So that is going to be 54 plus 4. That is going to give us 58 rows. And once you get that number, you're going to use that number to start making our sleeve. I hope that is very, very clear. I'm going to show you how to make our sleeve. So start your work by making a slip stitch. Once you do that, you are going to be making a chain of 58. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So repeat this until you get to 58. So we are done with our chain of 58. We are going to measure our chain, and our chain measures up to 14 inches. So we are going to start off our very first row. So you're going to skip this first stitch, and onto the next stitch you're going to make a single crochet. Onto the next stitch, make a single crochet. So keep making single crochets until you get to the end of your row. So we are done with our very first row. We are going to move on to our second row. You're going to chain 1, and in this first stitch you're going to make a single crochet, and then in the next stitch you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, and pull through your yarn, and then chain 1. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, insert your hook. So you're going to repeat this until you get to the end of your row. I'll meet you guys after that. We are at the end of our row. You're going to chain 1, and on our last stitch we are going to make a single crochet. So chain 1, move on to the next row, and in this first stitch make a single crochet, skip this cluster, insert your hook on this space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, chain 1, skip this cluster, and on these spaces right here insert your hook, pull through, yarn over in the same stitch, pull through, yarn over in the same stitch, pull through, chain 1 in the same cluster, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, chain 1 in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So you're going to repeat this until you get to the end of your second row. We are on our last stitch. You're going to chain 1 and make a single crochet. Our work is going to be a repeat of this row 2 until you have a total number of 42 rows, and I'm going to meet you guys after that. We are done with our 42 rows for our sleeve, and this is what you should have. We are going to start making our cuff area. Don't cut off your yarn, and I'm going to be using a 3mm hook. I was using a 3.5mm hook to make the body part. Anyway, make a chain of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Once you chain 15, you're going to chain 1, and on the second stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. On to the next stitch, make a single crochet. Keep making single crochet until you get to this point. We are back at this point. You're going to make a single crochet, and then take a stitch marker and put it on that stitch, the last stitch that you made, and then you're going to skip this very first stitch, and in the next stitch make a slip stitch, in the next stitch make a slip stitch, and in the next stitch make a slip stitch. So you've made 3 slip stitches. Then you're going to turn your work the other way, and then on this stitch that you put a stitch marker, you are going to make your single crochet. Remove your stitch marker and put it back there. Okay, once you do that, you are going to keep making back loop, single crochets, so keep making back loop, single crochet until you get to the end of your second row. We are at the end of our second row. We are going to move on to our third row. So chain 1 and make back loop, single crochets in every stitch like you did on the second row. Repeat this until you get to this point. I'll meet you guys there. And on my last stitch, I'm going to put a stitch marker on that stitch, and then we are back at this point again. So I'm going to skip this stitch, and then in the next stitch make a slip stitch, in the next stitch make a slip stitch, in the next stitch make a slip stitch. So you're basically making 3 slip stitches, and then turn your work, and on this place where you placed your stitch marker, you're going to make a single crochet, and then put a stitch marker on this very first stitch, make a single crochet. And you're basically going to be repeating the same cycle until you get to the end of your cuff area, and I'll meet you guys there. So we have 2 stitches left at the end of our cuff area. We are just going to keep making back loop single crochet until we get here, and then I'm going to meet you guys there. We are back at this point. I'm going to remove this stitch marker, and then I'm going to skip over this 1 stitch, and in the next stitch I'm just going to make a slip stitch, and that's it. So for the next part, I'll just make my final row of single crochet. That's how you finish off your cuff area. You're just going to chain 1 and cut off your yarn. And you're going to repeat this on the other sleeve as well. And I'm going to meet you guys after you're done with both of your sleeve, okay? We are done with our other sleeve, and this is what you should have. We are going to attach our sleeve to our sweater, but before we do that, we are going to first take our yarn and make slip stitches. Once you make slip stitches, you're going to turn your work to the right side, the space where you left for your armhole, and then you're going to insert your hook. Just like that, pull through, and in the same stitch you're going to make single crochet, and in the next stitch make single crochet. In the next stitch make single crochet. In the next stitch make single crochet. So you are just going to ensure by the end of your single crochet rows you have an equal number of single crochet like the top of your sleeve. I started my row with 58 single crochet, and I skipped 1 and then I chained 1, so I obviously have 57 single crochet, and that is the number you're supposed to have on your sleeve, okay? So just make single crochet. Just ensure by the end of this row of single crochet you have an equal number of single crochet like the top of your sleeve, okay? Of your sleeve, okay? I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps, okay? You can have 1 more or 2 more single crochets depending on how your stitches have lined up. Just ensure you don't have too many stitches, because now your sleeve is not going to be attaching very nicely. Anyway, keep making single crochet. I'll meet you guys at the end of this row. We are done making our single crochets, so we're going to turn this to the wrong side. I'm going to attach our sleeve right here. So after you've finished making your single crochet, don't cut off your yarn. We are going to start by inserting our hook on our very first stitch, and on the stitch on the sleeve, just like that, and make a single crochet. In the same stitch, make a single crochet, okay? And then in the next stitch we are going to insert our hook on the back loop only, and then on both stitches, back loop, both stitch, okay? Back loop, both stitches, back loop, both stitches, back loop, both stitches, back loop, both stitches. And we are going to repeat this until we get to this other side. and I'll meet you guys after that. We are on our very last stitch. We are done attaching our sleeve, and this is what you should have. So we are going to join this part together after we are done with that part. And remember, we are doing this on the wrong side. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Remove your stitch marker. And I'm trying to close off this gapping so that we don't have any gapping down here. Everything is closed. So we are going to be joining our work using single crochet, just like nothing really fancy, just like usual. So insert your hook on the stitch. Ensure both of your stitches are matching up on both sides so that you don't have like any missing stitch or uneven work. Insert your hook on this side. Insert your hook on the opposite side. Make a single crochet. Insert your hook. Insert your hook. Make a single crochet. Insert your hook. Make a single crochet. Insert your hook. Make a single crochet. Insert your hook. Insert your hook. Make a single crochet. We are going to repeat this until we get to our cuff area. I'm going to meet you guys there. We are at our cuff area and we are going to be joining our work using single crochet. So you're going to insert your hook on one side on the back loop and on the other side on both loops. Back loop on this side and on the other side both loops. We are going to be making back loop and both loops on the opposite side, back loop and both loops on the opposite side. So repeat this until you get to the end of your row. We are at the end of our row. You're going to chain 2 and cut off your yarn. And this is what you should have. You're going to repeat this on the other side and I will meet you guys after that. We are done with our sleeves. So for the next part, we are going to work our neckline. So for our neckline, I've already done it, so I'm just going to explain how to do it. So I left around 36 stitches on this side and 36 stitches on the other side. So you're going to take that number and you're going to add that. So 36 plus 36, that's going to give us 72, and then you're going to add the corner stitch, the joining stitch. Those are going to be 2 stitches, so we are going to have 74 stitches. Once you have that number, you're going to use that number to make the ribbing of your neckline. So to make your ribbing, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, because I want my ribbing to be like really, really small. Once you chain 4, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to be making back loop single crochets. You're going to be making back loop single crochets, just like that. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and repeat the same sequence. Chain 1, chain 1, back loop single crochet, back loop single crochets. So for the next row, the same thing. Back loop single crochet, back loop single crochet, back loop single crochet, and back loop single crochet. So you're going to be repeating this until you have a total number of 74 rows. Once you get to 74 rows, you're going to make single crochet at the bottom of your ribbing. Okay, once you do that, you're going to take your neckline off also, and you're going to make single crochets on your neckline, and then you are going to attach your ribbing using single crochets, and you're attaching your ribbing on the wrong side. Okay, so once you do that, basically you should have something like this. Yeah, and that's it. You'll be done with your sweater after that. I hope that is very, very clear. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe and let me know what you think in the comment down below. Have a good day. Bye bye.